My sister-in-law stole my baby's name, but I played her with the perfect bluff.
That's actually not the name.
By the way, this comes directly from the r/OKstorytime subreddit.
It's one of our own.
Dude.
One of our own. I, female 32, have been married to my husband, male 32, for 2 years, but together for 9 years. I get along well with everyone in the family, except my brother-in-law's girlfriend, Bethany, female 36. She and my brother-in-law, male 40, have been together for 3 years. She came into the family with an overconfidence that comes across as arrogant. We initially thought that she might be nervous and overcompensating, but we soon learned that that was just her personality. By the way, this comes from Faye Ache for Throwaway, and if you want to submit your own stories, go to the r/OKstorytime subreddit. We obviously read them. And I'm Angie.
I'm Riley.
And I'm Keon.
And OP says she took an instant dislike to me. It turns out that my brother-in-law once paid me a compliment about my hair, saying the new color and style suited me. That was it. She threw daggers with her eyes all night and was angry we got married before her.
Oh my gosh, she's just the jealous type.
Like, you gotta take up this issue with your guy, not with me.
Stop giving women compliments. That's what she would say.
Yeah, exactly. I just accepted that's who she is and moved on. Life's too short to care. Fast forward to some months ago, and she announced that she was pregnant. We were all happy for her. Little did I know that I was pregnant too.
Oh, no. This ain't a good look.
Now it's a competition. Yeah, it's a competition now.
Like, uh-oh. She was not happy when she found out that we were due 2 weeks apart.
Oh no.
Oh no. She immediately started demanding to know our baby names. I refused to tell her and gave the generic, "We're waiting until we see them first," which was a lie. My husband and I have had names picked out for a long time. After every event, she would corner me or send messages demanding to know. Eventually, we were at her baby shower, and I had had enough. We were both having girls, so I told her that we had a name that was very special to us. We were combining my mother's names, Hilda and Matilda, and had chosen Hitilda.
Hitilla? No, it's Hitilla.
Hitilla.
Hitilda?
Hitilla.
Hitilla? It's Hitilla?
It's probably, well, with how those sound,
Hidila.
Hilda and Matilda, it's probably Hitilla.
Hitilla.
Hitilda? Hitilda.
Hitilla.
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 No D.
No D.
The only thing you got from Matilda was the T and the
Yes.
extra L.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah, but Hitilda?
You know what? You guys do your own thing. You guys do
Does
your
no one
thing.
else see a problem with this?
Hitilla.
Hitilla?
You know, I see what you're saying. It's not where my mind went, but I do see what you're saying. Anyone else? Yeah.
That's where your mind's going? I picked it up. Okay, no, I don't get that.
You can't do that. You can't do that to signal that.
I'm just saying
moving
they
on.
shouldn't do that. They should not have that name.
We're moving on. She smirked and I made her promise not to tell anyone. We had our babies 2 days apart. Due to my mother-in-law being unwell, both babies were 2 weeks old before we all got together. We decided it would be nice to do a name unveiling at a family gathering. Bethany got up and did a big speech about how special this name was to her and her family and announced her daughter's name was Hitilla.
She fell for the bait. That's on the birth certificate. It's real.
That's crazy. Oh, wait, okay, but you think OP lied to her?
100%.
Just
Okay,
keep
okay.
going. Keep
Because
going.
I didn't want to
Keep
judge
going.
because, okay. The family's faces winced at that name, but we all said it was unique. Bethany stood there with a smug look. Then I stood up and introduced our daughter, Rose, named after my mother-in-law.
Oh, snap.
And named after the mother-in-law, too. So it's the two, she's getting a better win with the family that she's also married into. Dude. And it's a beautiful name, too.
Get Hitilda. Oh.
Oh my gosh. That is crazy. Everyone said, "Aw," and my mother-in-law cried.
Dude, dab up OP right
Dude,
now.
you did it. You did it.
All right before are the grandmothers okay?
I mean,
Are they like in
I
declining health?
don't think that was, I think that was just all made up.
Oh, no. But dude,
guessing.
the grandmothers are there and they're like, yo, this is what family's about.
Yeah.
They're getting the people going.
Wait, what do you mean? Like the grandmother was like of these new babies?
Yeah, they
the
got them all
mother-
together and the grandmothers are now like, yes.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah. Bethany had a face like thunder. When she got me alone, Bethany snarled, "What the F was that? Why didn't you tell me you'd changed your mind?" I laughed and responded, "You didn't think I was serious, did you? Why would I name my child after two guys that caused so much pain and destruction?" Yeah. She looked puzzled, so I said, Hitler, Attila, and the Hun.
Yes!
Attila.
I told you that would sound like.
Oh my God.
Yes!
You're right. You're right.
Boom!
You got it, Riley.
Okay.
Good job.
You're the dragon in this one. These are the best
Dude.
ones I've ever.
Wait, yeah, this is actually crazy
predicted.
because this is a three-fer, dude.
Yeah.
One, she tricked her and said like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna give you an ugly butt name to name your child. I know you're gonna fall for it," and she did. And also, stupid of this other girl to be like, "Oh my God, I thought we both named the kid the same name, and you were gonna look stupid, like you were copying me."
Like what?
Stupid. And then obviously OP gets bonus points with Rose, beautiful name, and bonus points from that being the mother-in-law's name, named after the mother-in-law.
Yeah.
That's also this girl's mother-in-law. And bonus, the name was actually all of these terrible people together. That is
Perfect.
genius.
And I
dude.
called it, and you were
That
like, "That
is
is
so
that isn't
insane.
what you two, Keon." I know you also disagreed with me, and I was right.
Well, I didn't disagree. That's not where my mind went. But
Oh, I thought
yeah.
you were like,
I didn't
"Oh, that
disagree.
kinda
My
made-"
mind was like, okay, that's kind of weird they didn't put the duh in it, but like, all right.
Yeah. But
Yeah,
I
that
knew
would have
it-
been
I
even
knew
worse
that's
if
what
it
was
was
happening.
Matilda. Yeah.
Called that.
Have you seen my name? My name's obscure as heck.
I said, but I'm glad you liked it, and it actually has a nice meaning for you and your family.
Oh, snap.
She went crazy and started screaming at me, throwing paper plates and cups, shrieking that her daughter's name is on a birth certificate with personalized items, everything made official the day before. My brother-in-law had to take her away to calm down. The family has mixed feelings about whether I overstepped since it involves a child. Whatever. They can change the name.
That wasn't, again, that's not your fault. That's her decision.
Literally, yeah. My husband knew what I had done and thought it was funny.
Good husband.
So am I the a-hole? I had a
No.
feeling that she would steal the name, but is it my fault that she took it? No,
No.
dude.
No.
You're
She-
just
yeah.
exposing her. Like the reason she can't even explain that to anyone. And she did obviously, but like you shouldn't be able to explain that to people because the reason you are so mad right now is because you heard the explanation from her. You stole her name. And then when she didn't copy or like seem like she copied you, then that's why you're mad? Like, girl.
Come on, be original.
When you said to everyone in your announcement that it meant a lot to you and your family, so everyone knows that you're a freaking liar, dude.
Yeah.
And bonus is a terrible name.
Okay, and now you have to go and change your kid's name to something more meaningful instead of that guy's name.
Yeah, that's crazy. So we do have an update. This actually happened a few days ago. I'm not gonna lie, I still giggle when I think about it. I would too, dude. My husband spoke to his brother last night and they were on the phone for a while. Apparently, ever since she found out we were expecting two, she's been obsessed. She accused us of getting pregnant on purpose to steal her attention. We were already pregnant when she told us. After her baby shower, she switched her focus to the name issue and kept pushing. My brother-in-law objected on many occasions and said that he either agreed to it or he wouldn't go on the birth certificate. But we're from the UK, so if the couple aren't married, the other parent needs to be present to sign. My brother-in-law spent many nights on the sofa, but eventually gave in. Wait, that's so funny. So the brother-in-law didn't want to name the kid this name. Oh my God. So she just, this is gold. She kept saying it was a name with great meaning to her, but he didn't realize that meaning was pettiness.
Ooh.
Ever since finding out she didn't get our real name, she's been crying and throwing tantrums. Brother-in-law said he'd be lying if he didn't find it funny. Yeah, because it's hilarious. But it's really training him for when his actual child has tantrums, honestly. He's upset that she used their daughter as a pawn in her one-sided game. But now he gets to change her name and Bethany cannot have a say. He was thinking about proposing at Christmas, but has decided against it. Oh.
I mean,
I don't
makes
blame him.
sense.
Yeah.
Dang, you also ruined their marriage. Good job, OP.
Well, yeah. She didn't even have to do anything. She just told a little story.
She said one name.
Yeah. This has shone a light on so much and has him thinking about his future with her. He'd never abandon their child, but he wants security for his daughter, not insecure actions. Mother-in-law asked for a family dinner to resolve the issues. I'll update you when it happens. No doubt more drama will unravel. And there's another update, and I can tell, well, OP says things got interesting. So, oh my gosh. I'm so excited.
Just how, as a person, why would you want to steal someone's name and just do this? Like, what for? What? Like, this makes
crazy.
no sense whatsoever.
Yeah. You're willing to give your daughter an ugly name just to like get some sort of attention back, or try to get back, when it's like that could easily, that's why I think being mean is so embarrassing, because it's like what could have happened if OP did want to actually name their child that. Like if she announced it like, oh my gosh, like we actually, you know, had a similar meaning, like this is why we did this, you know. If OP just acted like she didn't care, then this girl would not get the satisfaction of being like, I got you.
Exactly.
And you just did so much just for that little thing, that little
like,
satisfaction.
What are we doing here?
Come on. Like, so embarrassing. But we have a second update. Things got interesting. Grab your popcorn. This is a doozy. Oh, I don't like that, actually. We agreed to go for Sunday's dinner at mother-in-law's. She wanted everyone to be there because she doesn't want the rift to pull her away from her grandchildren. Smart. Plus, life is too short and mother-in-law makes a mean Sunday roast. Saturday morning at 8 a.m., someone started banging at my door like they were auditioning for Stomp. My husband ran to open it and saw Bethany's mother, Delia. Her face was red, and if this was a cartoon, steam would be coming out of her ears. She screamed, "Where is that wife of yours? Get her out here now." My husband calmly said, "No." So Delia started again. "Get her out here now, or I'll tell the neighbors what a conniving person she is, how she's destroyed my daughter's marriage." Once again, my husband said no and closed the door.
Nah.
This is great. My baby slept through that noise, so I'm hoping she'll be a good sleeper. Delia started banging some more, shouted something about ruining her life, and then knocked the bins over and left. My husband, still in his pajamas, holding a cup of tea, looked at me and shrugged. I love this couple. They're great. We both laughed at the ridiculousness. He called his mom to give her an update in case Delia invited herself to dinner, then called brother-in-law who didn't pick up. He left a message about Delia's visit. Around lunchtime, I sat down to feed Rose. My phone started blowing up from a private number, so I ignored it. I was happily nursing my baby when I suddenly shouted for my husband. There, with her face pressed against the glass, was Delia and some guy. I quickly covered myself and heard screaming from outside. "I knew you'd still be in there. Look at you. You're a disgusting trollop. What kind of mother are you? What kind of human breaks up a marriage?" Oh my God.
Dude,
what kind of human presses your red, steaming face against a glass of someone else's home?
Well, they're breastfeeding.
Yeah, with a strange
I knew you were in there in your home.
And she probably waited for
that to happen. Yeah, maybe.
They're saying her name's Delia.
Delia. Before we could do anything, my neighbors walked across the road. They're both competitive bodybuilders, so they look intimidating, although they're sweet as kittens. They tapped Delia's shoulder and politely said, "If you do not leave by the time I count to 5, I will call the police. And if you ever behave like that around this road again, I'll let my husband show you how to fly." Beautiful. Dang. Delia and her companion left pretty quickly, knocking over the bins again. My husband thanked them and went to clean the mess. And I sat there shaken. Yeah, I was thinking that, like, honestly, like, this woman is like, "I'm going to tell all your neighbors what a terrible person you are." And it's like, you're shouting at someone else's home at 8 a.m. You're telling everyone how terrible you are.
There you go.
Come on.
You don't think my neighbors like me? Also, I need to make my neighbors like me.
Yeah, you should. Well, yeah, that's a hard thing to do when, you know, not like a neighborhood.
Yeah.
People aren't just outside
Apartment
tending
complex.
to the yard or something.
I'll figure it out.
Yeah, you got it. It was quiet until about 9 p.m. when brother-in-law sent a message. "Sorry, mate. Tell you everything tomorrow." When we called him, his phone went straight to voicemail. My husband called mother-in-law and said she'd spoken to brother-in-law. He was okay, but needed space. The humor in this situation had faded, and we struggled with sleep. I started to think that maybe I was the a-hole. Sunday morning, I checked my phone and saw that I'd missed 74 calls from a private number, but no voicemails. I had WhatsApp messages from an unknown number with many deleted messages. I can only assume they were hateful and deleted to erase evidence. I'm glad that I kept my phone on silent so Rose didn't wake. We went to mother-in-law's after an uneventful day. As soon as we got to the door, I knew something was wrong. There were no delightful cooking smells wafting into the street like normal. We let ourselves in, and it was quiet except for murmurs from the kitchen. Mother-in-law was sat at the table holding brother-in-law's hands. He looked terrible with red, puffy, bloodshot eyes. Uh-oh, I'm really scared. Mother-in-law grabbed Rose and said, "Brother-in-law will explain," then went to the living room. Brother-in-law started, "I'm sorry. It's all gone horribly wrong. I missed the signs and I'm at fault. I'm sorry you've been made miserable by it. He continued, people have been trying to tell me for years about Bethany. My friends told me to leave her. I was so blinded. Did you know we had to convince the registrar that AITAH was an actual name, mainly found as its a surname in Tanzania? She told me and them that it was a combination of a great women in her life called Hilda and Matilda. The registrar had to get a manager to approve the name. No one could convince her that the name was wrong.
Oh my gosh.
She was fuming after she found out Rose's name. When I dragged her out, she had a tantrum all the way home and blamed you. She said hurtful things about me too and didn't talk to me for days. I suggested we could all choose a new name together at dinner today. She liked the idea and was glued to her phone. I assumed she was researching baby names, but when I looked at her screen, it wasn't baby names. When she went to bed, I checked her phone. I know it's wrong, but I had to be sure. She was using me. Oh boy. His voice cracked. My husband got him water. She was paying for her mom's lifestyle as well as her own. She's been messaging her mom about how much she'll have when we're married. That I'm only good as an ATM and too stupid to know that she's been stealing from me.
Oh, what?
Oh my gosh.
Dude.
Not where I thought I was going.
This is a great story.
Oh my God, I know it really is.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Brother-in-law.
I know, but
Dang.
she doesn't want to be with me. She wants what I can provide. She said other personal things. Then I read messages to people. She's been talking to her ex for ages. Well, seeing her ex this whole time. The baby may not be mine.
Oh, dude, an inheritance. We got inheritance. We got baby stuff. We got DNA tests. Dude, this is perfect.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is beautiful.
Honestly, I kind of hope the baby's not his.
I agree.
Because then one, he has to either, obviously, I'm sure he'll want to take care of the child, be in the child's life if it is his.
Yeah.
But then he'll still have to see her all the time. And then if she has full custody, then he would have to pay child support.
Actually.
And she would still use him.
Hot take.
Mm-hmm.
I see your point, and I do agree with it.
Mm-hmm.
I also wish we lived in a world where this could happen. He could keep the baby, full custody, keep her away, and have the resources to give that child a loving home.
Yeah.
And away from this woman.
Yeah,
because that
honestly,
poor kid, I feel so bad for this kid now.
Yeah.
Like, Catilda, I'm sorry.
Honestly.
We're going to change your name to Olive or something now.
Yeah.
Unless you're allergic to olives, and that's going to be a whole thing too.
Yeah, that's all super crazy and devastating. But you know what's not devastating?
What's that,
It's
Angie?
the fact that we have more full episodes of stories just like this one on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, or whatever your favorite podcast app is. Just search OK Storytime and you will find it. But wow, man.
Dude.
Wow.
Ridiculous.
That's truly not at all where this was going.
I didn't see
Or
that
I thought
coming.
it was going.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay. But there is more to the story. So he broke down. My heart broke. I was gobsmacked. I knew she wasn't nice, but I never thought it would be like this. Apparently, she'd hit on some of his friends and cheated before, but he was oblivious or ignored warnings. Brother-in-law is staying at mother-in-law's for now. He'll be calling family lawyers in the morning for the paternity case. We stayed for a while, let him know that we're here for him, then went home. I can't help but feel like this is all my fault. So here I am at 8:30 p.m. on a Sunday with a new title, Am I the A-hole for destroying my brother-in-law's relationship? And
Nope.
No. Oh, I'm too hot.
Definitely not, because that's not what you did. You did not destroy this relationship. If anything, it was a good thing that you did this. And I bet you that he will eventually, once the anger and devastation, calms down, I bet you he will be grateful that you did that.
Are you the a-hole for, I don't know, if you did a house inspection and you saw that there was mold and you told the couple, hey, you have mold in your house, you have to get rid of it.
Yeah.
And then they had to get rid of their house? That's what it feels like here.
Absolutely. That's a great example. Yeah. All you did was stand up for yourself when someone else was trying to be petty towards you.
Yeah.
And even that alone, just seeing just
How
her
far they went
pettiness
to just be petty.
Yeah, that alone was making him reconsider the relationship. So all of this other stuff, it was happening anyway. It was terrible from the start, apparently. And yeah, it was going to come out eventually. So it sucks that you were, kind of the bearer of bad news in a sense. Kind of. But
yeah,
definitely not your fault.
you showed him what was up. Keon, what were you going to say?
I was going to say, you saved him.
Yeah.
You
exactly.
saved him from a life of turmoil, lies, being manipulated, all that jazz, being a literal ATM verbatim.
Yeah.
You saved him.
Exactly.
So he's gonna like in the short term, it's gonna suck. In the long term, he's gonna come to you and be like, you saved me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a toss up if you're the dad or not.
Yeah. I know. Hopefully, like things are gonna get so much more complicated that way, but hopefully that child will have a good life. However, it gets there.
And she's not gonna
gets there.
She's not gonna get a DNA test at all. She won't. She'll fight it.
Well, I mean, I wonder if that's possible.
You can. I think the father can request one, but I don't know about where they live. Yeah.
Yeah, true. I mean, if he has proof that she's been cheating, I feel like that should be enough wherever they are.
Yeah, true.
You know?
Oh.
Oh my gosh, that is so terrible.
That's pretty wild.
But yeah, that really did like it started out that was like honestly like a great story.
That's
Terrible
beautiful.
that you had to experience it, but but that is, we got some amazing like comebacks.
We hit a lot of genres.
Yeah, we hit some good points there. Like oh my gosh.
Guys, we're going to get another story rolling.
Yes, we are. That is so wild. Wow.
Oh, we do have an update.
Shut up.
Wait, really?
You're good.
Yay.
Dude, I'm down. Okay.
Oh, that's perfect. I'm so glad we asked right away. I'm so excited. My sister-in-law stole my baby's name, but I played her with the perfect bluff. And this is an update. Trigger warning, there are details of violence here up ahead. If you have not read the first 2 posts, please do. It will help you make sense of this insanity, which is my life right now. It's only been a few days, and what a few days it's been. I wish I had time, as I'm sure this would make a great book. Anyway, I digress. You're probably wanting to know what in the world could have happened in less than a week that would warrant a new post already. Oh, and this is less than a week. Okay. On Monday, brother-in-law got an appointment to discuss the Bethany situation. It's Tuesday, and things got topsy-turvy. Bethany got in touch with brother-in-law and said that she got a cancellation on Wednesday to get the baby's name to change. But he needs to be there, okay? As nothing has gone to court yet for paternity, his name is still on the original birth certificate, so he will need to be there for the name change. Bethany said that he will be punishing the baby if he waits for court to be over. Wait, what?
Gosh.
Oh, Bethany said that he will be punishing the baby if he waits for court to be over. What? Wait, what does that even mean? Yeah, they're going to court to try to get the name changed, basically. He needs to be there. Nothing has gone to court yet for paternity. Bethany said that he will be punishing the baby if he waits for court to be over. Oh, okay. So she's saying like you shouldn't wait so long or else that's punishing. Okay. She played with his affections for the child to get him to agree to go with her. When he called to tell us what had happened, I reminded him that she has 12 months to change the baby's name. But he said that she made him feel guilty that the baby deserves to have a name and how complicated things will get the longer they wait. She continued to blame me for the name and refused to see that she was at fault at all. We told him that we support him, but he really should wait until he sees his lawyer before agreeing to anything. It could go against him later on, but for now, he needs to only communicate with her through texts or emails so he can keep a written record of communications. Tuesday night, she sent him a message and asked if he had any names he liked for the baby, and then said that to show that she is committed to him and prove the baby is his, brother-in-law can choose her name. Okay.
The daughter's
really?
The
So
daughter's name,
like just to prove that I was loyal and I didn't cheat on you, you get to choose the child's name.
Oh, thank you. You're right. That's so truthful of you. And how could I be the one choosing the name whenever you never cheated? You're right. Yeah.
Right. Wednesday, he went. When Bethany turned up, she was dressed in a skimpy outfit, hair and makeup done and stilettos on. He said she looked like she was going out clubbing. He had to run up the path to meet her as she was attempting to walk with the car seat and was a little wobbly. While they waited, he had to switch seats as Bethany was flirting with him and constantly touching him and caressing his arm and face. When they went in, brother-in-law said it was awkward. She kept acting like they were still together and calling him names like sweetheart and darling. Brother-in-law chose the name Arabella. That's beautiful. And Bethany chose the middle name. Yes, you probably guessed it. Arabella's middle name is Rose.
And Rose is OP's daughter's name, which he again is copying.
Right. And it's named after the mother-in-law.
Yes.
Still at her games. That ended up her in this situation.
Yeah, if I was brother-in-law, I'd probably be like, no.
Not
the name. That's not the middle name.
Insane.
And again, Rose is one of the most common middle names, but at that point, I would.
Yeah. It's not because of that.
It's not because of that.
Elizabeth and Rose, yeah.
Yeah, and Marie. Oh, but it gets better. It's a hyphenated middle name, so it's Arabella Rose dash my name. What? Why? Brother-in-law held back his annoyance while they were in the room.
Dude, no.
She tried to give the little girl his surname, but he stepped in and double-barreled with Bethany's surname. He was thinking that if she was his, then he'd have an easier time if she had his surname, but if she wasn't, then it would be an easier transition to delete half of the surname than change it fully. Of course, he paid for the changes in new certificates. When they left, Bethany tried to hold his hand, and he pulled away and asked her, "What the F was that?" They are not together, and what's with the middle name? She went on to say that she's sorry and wants to try again. She loves him, blah, blah, blah. She wanted to prove her love for him and his family by using his mother's name so she can bond over the baby and my name to show that I'm forgiven. She tried to kiss him, but he stepped away. He walked her to the car, with her pleading the whole time and reminding him of happier times. He went to the car just to make sure the baby was safely placed in and left. Brother-in-law said that it nearly broke him to remain strong until he got in his car. Then he had to cry. He drove to a beach near us and went for a walk to clear his head. Called my husband and came to our house to tell us what happened. We decided to have fun and played some card games, such as Cards Against Humanity, and made it a drinking game, except mine was switched for apple juice as I'm nursing Rose. It was a fun evening, and brother-in-law forgot his worries for a couple of hours. He slept over due to the drinking. Thursday morning, both the guys looked a little worse for wear. I made them a fry-up and dealt with Rose. Brother-in-law needed to leave to get home, so I called a taxi. You shouldn't drive after that amount of booze. When the taxi arrived, I walked him to the car while my husband slept on the sofa. I gave him a hug and said that we'll see him later for dinner, as he needs to come back for his car anyway. He got in and drove off. That evening, he turned up and was no longer calm or worried about his hangover. He was fuming. Uh-oh. He sat down and showed us a message. There was a picture of the two of us hugging by the taxi this morning with a long rant.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my God.
You're being stalked now. How did this is a crazy story.
This is crazy.
This guy Loco Poco de Loco.
Yeah. This is so wild. Oh my
But dude,
gosh.
holy cow.
I've taken a little glance at it. It only gets a lot of bit crazier.
I was so excited.
Shut up. Are you serious?
Yeah, I'm not kidding. Like I skimmed it because it was very long.
This is only the tip of the iceberg?
We just started.
It gets a lot of bit crazier.
Oh my God.
Okay.
So
So she's
excited.
being stalked.
She's being stalked. Because a reminder from the very beginning of the original post, she was like already weirdly jealous of OP and like thinking that there was something between like OP was being flirtatious or something like that, which is obviously not true.
It's so weird. Okay.
So Bethany was saying that she knew there was something iffy about us, and now she had proof that we were having an affair. She went on to say some horrible accusations and lots of colorful language. She then said that she would only do a paternity test if I do one because she knows that we cheated and Rose is brother-in-law's kid. Dude, that is so crazy.
This chick is so delulu.
But it's like,
what the heck?
she
and
can't-
then as soon as you get a paternity test, it's false. Do another one.
Of course.
Oh, it's all fake.
Of course.
It's never gonna end.
Like, I knew you were still cheating anyway because I have this picture. It's like such a paparazzi kind of move, you know?
What
But
the
it's like,
heck?
but what's great about it though, in OP's case, is that OP's husband was there.
Yeah,
So it's
yep.
it's like
He kind of made it happen.
Yeah, it's not like it was some sort of friend that is a witness that
Yep.
could easily
And
easily lie. This is someone who would never want to lie about
And
this.
it's OP's brother, and
Yeah.
he was there, and he was passed out on the couch.
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew it was bad whenever she went to go. I was like, don't do that. It
Wait, to
looks
do what?
like to hug him by.
Hug
'Cause I was
him.
like,
Yeah, but-
dude, they could.
Well,
I don't know, but
sure,
I
it can be
knew-
seen that
I
way,
didn't
but
think it was gonna
I'd
be-
hug him.
Yeah, I
That
know.
man's
I
gone
know it's
through
not a
so
bad thing to
much.
do, but I was like, right now it feels weird. But anyways.
No, I get you. I mean, obviously she could see that and think something, but it's a very innocent and kind hug.
Yeah.
My husband wanted to find Bethany and wring her neck. I had to hand him Rose, and he calms down. Baby therapy is the best. He was hurt that anyone would say such a thing. We all were. We realized that someone is clearly following him. We ordered in pizza and decided that we needed to blow off steam, so we resumed our drinking game from the previous night. After a few shots, the boys were talking and trying to figure out how she knew where he was. We investigated everything and realized he had a tracker on his phone. They decided to have some fun and made a plan. Because we all know that OP is really great at scheming up these plans, and it's very effective against this woman.
Oh, dude.
So I
Oh
trust
my
OP
gosh.
to scheme well.
Oh, yeah.
I'm excited.
Oh,
I'm excited.
I didn't even think about that. Okay.
In the morning, both men were far from hungover. It seems that learned from the night before and switched to soft drinks after the few at start. I thought they'd forgotten their plan, but hadn't. I agreed, as we know what I'm like. I went and got out of my seashells PJs and got into a cute but schmexy little number. I put on some lipstick and put some kisses on brother-in-law's face, and he smudged a bit across his lips. Oh my god. We tousled our hair. We went to his car. I saw a shadow duck down across the road, and I gave him a smooch on the cheek and a hug. And next thing, my husband came out in his boxers and a t-shirt and lipstick on him too and hugged his brother. And we said goodbye and went in to get washed and start our day. That's crazy. It can be a little weird in some relationships. That's something.
So why do we do this? What are we trying to insinuate here?
I don't know. I'm guessing just something to be even crazier.
Okay.
Like that, just probably that, this girl doesn't have anything on OP. Like, that's not gonna ruin her marriage. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what I'm guessing.
All right.
A little strange. Obviously, everyone was comfortable with it. So,
Okay.
Yeah.
What are the consequences of this? What?
So mother-in-law called and invited us for dinner on Sunday. Of course we're going. Brother-in-law said that he'll update us then on what our petty fun has created, and he laughed. Saturday, cartoons were rudely interrupted again, shaking my head, but this time it escalated. Grab your popcorn. Oh boy. From about 2 a.m., we started to get nuisance calls on the landline. Yes, I still have one of those. I'm always losing my phone. At first, I thought it was a pesky cold call machine, but when I answered it, it was someone saying some horrendous things down the phone. I hung up, and after the third one, my husband took the phone into the car. When it rang again, he let the person on the other end start to talk and then blew a blowhorn down the phone. Oh my gosh. Remember, in the area where I live, people are used to being disturbed. But he also was in the car, so that was nice of him.
It helps a little bit.
Yeah. He came back in and unplugged the phone, and we went back to sleep. We did check, but the number was being withheld. At 5 a.m., someone started knocking using our knocker on the door. My husband got up, and there was no one there. He went to the kitchen to switch on the kettle, and it happened again. He opened the door, and no one was there.
It's a ghost.
My husband, being the quick thinker he is, waited for the next time, and when he opened the door, he acted like he was checking on the knocker, but really, he set a trap. He sat on the stairs with his morning tea, waiting for a shadow to approach the door, and then we hear a loud, oh, effing gross. What is that? Who puts crap on their door? Oh, it's everywhere. And they ran off. What? He waited a little in case they came back, and then he scrubbed the knocker and surrounding areas. He had grabbed one of Rose's nappies from the bin and wiped it on the knocker. So they would have had to grab it to knock again.
Oh my god.
They will go to the ends of the earth to
like
mess with these people.
I'm watching Tom and Jerry or something.
Yeah,
right
or
now.
like Home Alone.
Yeah,
Like,
what?
This is
Oh
crazy.
my gosh.
Gross, unhygienic, but effective. I was upstairs watching this on my phone. We decided to get a new hidden camera set after the previous fun we had with Dalia. It was a familiar female voice, Bethany. Unfortunately, the culprit had a hoodie and a cap to hide their face, but we knew. We got on with our day. We were not letting it slide. We just decided it was something we would give to brother-in-law for his case. 5 p.m. and Rose has been having a play date at mother-in-law's, so I can do a deep clean. I think the knowledge of what happened to my door made me want to thoroughly clean. So I'm deep cleaning. And then smash! A brick comes hurling through my room window and takes out the TV. Smash! Another brick comes flying out. Smash! A third through my front door, and Bethany put her hand through the hole and opened my front door to let herself in.
What? What the
I told you guys. I was like, whoa.
3? The most I've ever heard was 1. Never 2. Never 3.
But also, though, that thing came in and took the TV out, so it's not like it just crashed through and just like plopped there. The child could have been home. They could have been in the way of the window, because you know the TV is not right next to the window. It's got to be across the room, dude.
That was my mom. She'd be in jail. If this woman Bethany did this to my mom would be in jail.
It would be self-defense. It would 100% be
my home,
home
you've broken
invasion.
But I
my
think
home.
it'd go to the
Self-defense.
point where she'd be in jail still.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like,
Yeah.
bro,
Like,
what?
thank goodness that OP it was not in the way of those things and that the baby was out of the house.
This is insane. Oh my gosh.
And thank goodness too that we have proof that it went across the room because the TV is now broken.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. Okay, start videoing tape. Okay,
Yeah.
what happened?
Oh
Okay.
my gosh. I won't lie. I was frozen to the spot while my mind tried to decode what was happening. Bethany lunges at me, so I grabbed the broom in my hand and unleashed my hidden Jackie Chan moves. Being a majorette as a kid came in handy. I screamed as I sent Bethany flying. She starts shouting all sorts of rubbish about me and hubby and brother-in-law being in a dirty, spicy sleep group. How I've ruined her life. Some disgusting things about my daughter. I saw red and picked up my dirty mop water and rammed it on her head. I quickly wondered where my husband was and heard more screaming coming from the hall. My husband was sitting on top of Delia while on the phone to the police, so she was there too then. Delia was there too. Bethany got up and continued the screaming fit at me, and this time she cracked me in the face with a book. I felt the sting and heat, and I knew she'd got me good. I moved to dodge the next book, and then there was a loud crash followed by a whimper. She had pulled the bookcase down on herself. Oh my God.
How is she doing this thinking she's going to get away with it too?
This woman, that is so freaking embarrassing now.
This is a Tom and Jerry film.
I tried to hit someone with another book
But
and
pulled the
instead
bookshelf.
pulled the whole bookshelf down on myself. We heard a smash and then a whimper
Beautiful.
from this woman. Oh my gosh.
This is just beautiful.
The police arrived, and Bethany and Delia were protesting their innocence.
They're in your
protesting their
house.
innocence. Yeah,
we
what?
didn't do this.
Like she's trapped under the bookcase. Like, oh, it's not our fault.
Yeah.
I would have gotten away with this without you.
Then Bethany said something that made me even gasp. You can't arrest me. My baby is in the car.
No.
So baby Hitilla is in the car? We're in the summer and it's freaking hot, and she left her baby in the car to come and attack us. That is so insane.
Oh
they
my
yeah,
God.
you can arrest you for 2 reasons now. Great. They called for assistance. We gave our statements and had to go to the hospital to complete procedures. Obviously, we called brother-in-law. I didn't see his face, but the stunned silence on the phone was enough. He met us at the hospital, and the police had to take a statement from him. After Arabella was checked over, they said, which is Hitilla, that he is legally responsible for her, well, at least for now, and he would need to take her home. Which, okay, very terrible circumstances how we got here, but it kind of is a silver lining, like you were saying earlier, that
Yeah.
he is definitely going to have full custody of this child and not have that
dude.
terrible mother around.
Imagine he married this woman.
Yeah, dude.
OP, thank you for playing that fun
Yeah.
prank a while ago, because
Thank you.
you saved this man
Sorry
and
you
this
had
baby.
to get attacked in the way, on the,
Yeah.
downfall, but oh
She
my
would do it
gosh.
though. OP would definitely take the hit again if it meant to save his brother-in-law and this baby.
I was released by the hospital and went to mother-in-law's. My husband went home to sort out the wreckage. Brother-in-law came round all apologetic and offered to pay for replacing everything. He kept repeating that he didn't think she was this crazy. I tried to reassure him. He pointed to sleeping Arabella and said, "What am I supposed to do? Bethany and Delia are likely to be detained for a while. That little girl needs me, but I don't know what to do." He put a small box on the table. It was an over-the-counter paternity kit. Oh, wow. If I do this and she's not mine, then I have a responsibility to inform social services. But then she might get put into a home, and I don't want that for her. But I wouldn't have any legal rights. But if I am her father, then I can keep bonding with her and fight for custody. It's a child's life, an innocent child. That is very true and a very valid worry. I wonder if you'd still be able to adopt the child. Because if the child went into foster care,
Yeah.
then, you would probably be able to adopt her.
I agree.
Right?
Yeah.
Obviously insanely complicated, but I feel like there is a way to do that. We talked about it at length, and he is going to think about it. If he does it, it's at least a 2-week wait for the results. So yeah, that's where we are at the moment. It's a cliffhanger, I'm afraid. I'm sat here late on a Saturday night. My face is throbbing, and I'm clinging to my wonderful daughter while I digest the events of today. I apologize for any typos. I'm exhausted and in pain, so not fully with it right now. However, you have all been so supportive, so I wanted to keep you in the loop. I'll update in due course. On the plus side, I'm staying at my mother-in-law's for a couple of days, so I'm definitely getting that Sunday roast she promised, which is in the last story.
Hope he's so optimistic.
Oh my gosh,
It's
yeah.
beautiful.
But we do actually have a small update. Brother-in-law did the test. Oh, now it's a waiting game. No news on Bethany and Dalia, but it's a Sunday, so they're probably tucked away until Monday. Mother-in-law's Sunday roast did not disappoint. It was banging. I've definitely overeaten and I do not care. And that is the end of that insane story. Oh my
I'm
gosh.
just baffled.
You deserve that full belly. Everyone does.
Everyone does, especially you, OP.
I
And
wanna
the
eat
fact
after
that
that.
you went through this, thought on your toes,
Yeah.
came after this.
We're
and
able to fend for yourself, defend yourself
I just-
physically.
The person I worry about the most is this baby.
Yeah.
What's the baby's name again?
Arabella.
Arabella. Yeah, I worry about her so much because this
Yeah.
woman is insane and should
Oh my
be
gosh.
behind bars.
That is so crazy.
If you're here, please update us.
Yeah.
But I don't think it is his.
Really? You don't think it's his?
Actually, it's a toss up. I really don't know. I cannot tell.
I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if it was his, if she was like really trying to baby trap him in this case, because she
Yeah.
wanted to use him originally like for money, basically.
Use him
That's
as
like
cash
it.
cow.
Yeah.
If it honestly, I feel like if it is his, it's for the better because this kid
Mhm.
will be in a better place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It would suck and it wouldn't be the best thing ever, but like
Right.
I think the kid needs a good dad, a good stable person in
Yeah.
their life.
And he's going
Yeah.
to be. And a silver lining about that too is that, originally this girl was like so upset that they had their babies so close together. But now it's kind of a plus because now they are going through all the like first baby stages at the same time that he's going to be, so they can help him out for sure.
Yeah, agreed.
We'll have to keep an eye on it for the third and final
Yeah.
update.
But guys, that's the end of the story.
Oh
Endless
my
episode.
God. What a way to end it.
Yeah, this was beautiful.
Thank you to
End of
whoever
week.
sent that in. Oh
Thank
my
you.
gosh. My mother-in-law repeatedly stomped on my boundaries, so I don't want her around.
It's time to cut her out.
And this comes directly from the r/OKstorytime subreddit.
Oh, 2 for 2 here.
Am I the a-hole for being hesitant in becoming close to my mother-in-law? I, 33 female, have been married to my husband, 33 male, for 10 years and together for 13 years. We met when we were both 19 years old and started seeing each other after a year of friendship. My then best friend, now husband, spent almost every day at my house and became very close to my family, especially my mom. We dated for 2.5 years before getting married. Wow, that's fast. In all that time, I was not taken to his house formally since his parents never wanted to meet me when asked. What? That's weird.
Interesting.
In fact, they were upset when I was taken to meet his cousins and other relatives who wanted to get to know me. By the way, this comes from Feeling Touch 1578, and if you want to submit your own stories, go to the r/OKstorytime subreddit. Our marriage happened without his family knowing, though my family knew. At the time, my professional life and mother-in-law's overlapped, and mother-in-law kept asking me what I was to her son. I told her that she needed to talk to her son.
Yeah. Also, what do you guys do? I think they're both real estate agents.
You think?
Oh, yeah.
Why?
I don't know. I think their professional lives, overlap. They're not in the same. She would have said we worked at the same company or worked in the same whatever.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it could be anything where they worked at the same company or something. I'm not sure. I told her that the person who needs to answer that is him, and that I said what I needed to say to my parents, and she needed to address her son to get the answers that she needs. That was between them. I feel the need to mention that they were extremely controlling to my husband, which is why he felt the need to marry me in secret, and it was his demons he needed to face. Significant other and I moved into a mobile home that we could afford, despite it not being what my husband was used to. It was hard adjusting to being on our own, but we were happily in love and glad to be together. Mother-in-law apparently blamed me for her son being in that living situation.
Ah,
What?
dude. They're okay with it. It's their lives.
Yeah.
Plus, mobile homes you can make them look really nice on the inside.
For sure. I come from a humble family and I'm not deserving of her son in her eyes, even though I'm a hard worker and helped him get his first car, motivated him to better himself, and helped him improve his college grades.
Yeah, more than you would ever did for him.
Yeah. What have you
Mom.
done, Mom? When my in-laws found out about our union, I was finally taken to their house and introduced to his family, since in their eyes, marriage meant that we were serious, and there was no way around it, as I was a part of their lives now. Mother-in-law made jabs at me every time she saw me, and even her mother would disrespect me when no one was looking. I became close to my father-in-law, and he would listen to me vent. My relationship with my husband started to sour because I felt like he didn't care about me. He would just tell me to ignore her, and he would force me to visit even though he knew that I felt uncomfortable, and it would end in a fight when we arrived at home. 4 years into our marriage, we found out that we were expecting. Congratulations!
Cute.
We were thrilled. Mother-in-law, not so much.
Another demon spawning. No, it's half demon, half good.
My husband told her on Thanksgiving, an announcement I took no part in because my husband knew it would not go well. From there, things just got worse.
Oh, gosh.
My pregnancy was high risk, and whenever my husband would want to see them, I chose to stay home. Being around her was stressful, and I want to avoid all negative people who could cause me emotional stress and anxiety per doctor's orders.
All right.
For the delivery, I said no visitors outside of immediate family. Mother-in-law thought it was okay to bring her longtime best friend and their significant other to meet the baby. After the hospital discharge, things got even worse.
Oh, no.
Due to certain situations, we, husband, baby, and I, had to move in with my in-laws.
Oh, wow.
Oh gosh, that's not what you want to do. I ended up having to be rushed back to the ER because of fluid in my lungs. Oh my gosh. This meant that the baby had to stay with my in-laws while I was in the hospital for a week. Having baby abstain from visiting homes for the first 3 months was a boundary that we made clear to both sides of our family. We had heard a baby's immunity needs to be slowly built up and thought about the baby's best interest. Postpartum depression is real. I was in a bad state of mind, and being a week away from my baby was hard enough. The day that I was released, it was raining, and I was very anxious. I got home at 3 p.m. The carport was empty, so I called mother-in-law and got no answer. Worried and devastated, I had no choice but to go to my parents' house while I waited for a reply. I found out mother-in-law completely violated our trust because she took him to her relative's home. Girl.
Do you need a doctor's note to know what to do here?
Honestly.
Baby needs to be safe.
Right.
Baby can't go out and go clubbing.
Go
or
to different houses.
go play bridge at your friend's house.
Right.
Baby needs to be safe.
Right.
Mother-in-law's like, but baby wanted to go.
But baby wanted to. Baby's having a great time.
Look at him.
Mother-in-law was first to arrive home around 6 p.m. that day. My sister and I arrived shortly after. I took the baby in my arms, and my sister had a few words with her on my behalf about boundaries and both sides needing to respect our wishes. After my husband's return home, mother-in-law twisted the story to everyone in the house. My husband, who was at work when it happened, said my sister was not welcome, which led to me going off on him and setting the record straight to both him and father-in-law.
Yeah, husband.
Come on, dude.
Stand up.
Yeah.
Stand up for your wife. Oh, also, your recently pregnant wife who has you're the mother of your child.
Things went further downhill. Oh my gosh. Just keeps going. She would meddle in our affairs, try to dictate how to raise our baby, would criticize my cooking, and then complain about me not cooking. She even complained about me staying in my room. We ended up moving out on Christmas. I felt like I would end up separating from my husband or harming myself if I stayed there any longer. Yeah, get out of there.
Goodness gracious. One of my favorite things is watching other parents tell parents how to parent their kid.
Yeah.
I love doing that with my aunt.
This is what we've called mother-in-law splaining.
Yeah.
Mill-splaining.
Mill-splaining? When did you come up with that?
It was me and Dakota kind of came up with that on a stream a while ago.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah. The depression was coming at me full force, and I felt powerless. She continued to get between my husband and I with her jabs. 1 year after the baby's birth, she took the liberty to cut our son's hair in our absence after we had said that we wanted to witness it.
Dude.
I was livid.
I would be livid too.
Yeah.
You let the baby curls come out. It takes a while.
Yeah.
What the heck are you doing?
Right.
Are you trying to piss him off?
Yeah, like this is my firstborn. I want to see his first haircut, and you knew that, and you still did it yourself when we were specifically gone.
What's wrong with you?
Come on. She didn't seem to care about what she did. She felt that she was in her right, that it was no big deal, and only I found issue with her decision. father-in-law was upset at her for overstepping. So, guess it's not just OP that's upset. She should know as a mother how special that first haircut is, especially with the first child, he told her. I was heartbroken. Work prevented me from being present during many milestones. His haircut was one that shouldn't have been out of my control, and she robbed us of that experience. Husband dropped me off at my parents' house that day, and he went to confront her at home. She was the one at fault, but everyone paid the price. Our son didn't see them for 2 months. Through the years, we have had confrontations to the point of avoiding her and not wanting to spend holidays over there. I've never told my husband not to go, but that's his family, and they are important to him. I would just stay with my parents, and our son would go with them.
Okay.
Now to the present. So the kid is now like 6 years old, I believe. My husband tells me his mother wants to have a relationship with me. She wants to know me better, but I feel that it's only because I am going through a tough time with my health. So am I the a-hole for not wanting to? And we do have an update. So do we think that OP is an a-hole for not wanting to have a relationship with her mother-in-law? Yeah, I feel like no.
There's not a lot of love here. Not a lot I don't know. No depth to this relationship.
Yeah.
She's always bickering at you.
Yeah.
And two, if she wants a relationship with you, she can say it from herself, not send her little flying monkey, your husband,
right,
to do that.
Yeah, exactly. I would want to know her reasoning. I would want to know if she is expecting some sort of apology from OP to start this rekindling. If she has been acting that same way for all of these 6 years that have gone by, then it's like, well, like, no. I mean, if you want to start, then maybe make some effort.
Yeah.
And show me that, but I'm not going to show the effort until you will.
Easy, yeah.
But we do have an update. Thank you to everyone for your input and suggestions. I spoke to my significant other about it, and we cleared up a lot of things. SO backs me up and feels bad for everything that has happened in the past. We decided he will speak with his mother about everything and make it clear that the attitude will no longer be tolerated. We will give her one last chance, and she will have to apologize and prove that she really wants a relationship with me. He will speak with her alone, and I will speak with her afterwards. Mother-in-law in the past has done a lot of crappy things to me, but she has also helped a lot of times, and that's why I want to give her the benefit of the doubt. I guess I'm not completely opposed to getting close to her, as much as cautious and on edge about it. My son loves his grandma. That is the main reason why I want to give it one last try. I also believe the reason she treated me that way may be because she was or is jealous of me. I took her firstborn away from her, and she was rebelling when we started dating. She was controlling. I was his first serious relationship, and I guess she thought that I would get in the way of his studies, but he ended up dropping out of college because they were pushing him to study what she wanted him to and not what he wanted.
Okay, so I see what's happening here. It's a control thing.
Lots of control, and she did mention that she had been controlling like his whole childhood too, so it's just a lot of controlling. This was his chance and his choice to have a serious relationship and to make these commitments to someone, but she wasn't ready for that.
Not ready, baby boy.
But it's not.
Stay a little longer.
Right. Significant other also mentioned to me that he told her everything that she blamed me for was wrong. He told her that it was all because of what she did to him. She pushed him away, and she needed to understand that his priority is me and our son. He also mentioned that he will not tolerate me being disrespected, and father-in-law also said this to her. He also explained to them why he chose to elope. Apparently, she thought that it was all my idea.
Oh, wow.
Of course. I mean, you're not surprised.
It was his idea, but it was easier to blame her, because how could her baby boy do that to him?
Right. Of course he wouldn't do that.
Of course he wouldn't think that. Of course he loves me. It's her.
Right.
It's her. Dude, side note, there is a special guest coming soonish. I don't know when. But they have a book that's coming out November 4th about the complications between people and mother-in-laws.
Really?
Like they've studied it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's honestly a good thing to talk about in a book because we have so many mother-in-law stories. I mean, and mother-in-law things. We have mother-in-law suites. We have mother-in-law chairs, which are just uncomfortable chairs.
Really?
Yeah, I have mother-in-law chairs in my house, and my mom said that they were mother-in-law chairs, but they were just chairs from her childhood. But yeah, these ones are just they have no like back support. They're just very upright.
Oh god.
And like no pillows on them and so. I mean, they have a
So
seat
funny.
cushion, but
I didn't know
called,
that's why they was called that.
yeah, because you don't want them around very much or for too long. It's pretty funny. I feel that a lot of my feelings have been validated, and I feel at peace with significant other, and now I just have to focus on getting my health together. But we do have a second update. Do you have any final thoughts before we roll right into that?
No, I talked to the husband. I'm not one for giving ultimatums, but I think of my line in the sand. Go to the husband, hey, either this is going to happen or this, like, we're going to have to go no contact with her because I can't do it. And I don't want a relationship with her because it just stresses me out and that's not good for my beauty sleep.
Yeah, and hopefully he would understand. Because, I mean, it seems like that's how it's been for the last several years. And so if she decided to not have a relationship with this mother-in-law, hopefully he would understand that.
Yeah.
But it sounds like she's kind of open to it. So let's see what update 2 says. Hello, Reddit. It's been a while since my last update. Well, it's finally happened. My mental state has relapsed and has gotten worse. That's not what we want to hear.
No.
I spoke to my husband and gave him the ultimatum of us possibly getting a divorce or us going no contact with mother-in-law. How'd you do that? That has been happening so many times today, just in general, of like when I was filming with Dakota, just like we would say something and be like, yeah, I feel like this needs to come up or something like that. And then it immediately does. And that's something that I wouldn't have even thought about too. Wow.
Ultimatum. I'm not one for one. But it's coming to that.
Yeah.
You gotta watch out for them mama boys, everybody.
I guess so. Things have happened recently with our son and mother-in-law's family visiting from their home country and them saying things to our child that are in fact offensive to my person and my culture and heritage.
Oh boy.
Uh-oh. Not
racism.
No. For clarity, we are not the same nationality. Our son is mixed. My husband's family made some very disgusting opinions to our son about my flag, about my people, and about him not being of that nationality, but rather solely of theirs. And by the way, you could solely be ours if you just listen to full episodes, more stories just like this one on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, or whatever your favorite podcast app is. Just search OK Storytime. You can be solely our family, not our nationality.
Oh yeah.
Didn't mean it. If
Any
it possibly
nationality,
came out that way.
you can be our part of our family.
Yes,
Doesn't
exactly.
matter.
Okay, there is a little bit more to the story, but yeah, I'm. That does always add another level to things.
Yeah.
It's a little harder to forgive that kind of stuff. Needless to say, I spoke to my husband about it once I found out, who in turn spoke to my father-in-law, who then spoke to mother-in-law. Good game of telephone here. Nothing was resolved. My husband ended up speaking to her last night about the issue, about how offensive it was and how wrong it was of her sister to make those comments to our child. Mother-in-law tried to downplay everything, saying it was just a joke and how I was immature and completely too sensitive. My husband ended up deciding to completely go no contact with her, we have decided to keep our son from her entirely.
Let's
go.
Okay.
Okay, we have decided to just focus on our family of 3. I am sure some drama will happen in the next couple of days. Mother-in-law is texting my husband and he is ignoring it for now since he needs time to process. Last night was a lot and we both find ourselves mentally drained.
Let me go see if there's an update.
That's the end of the story. We're going to see if there's an update. I feel drained from that. That sounds very, very difficult and upsetting that you have to face no contact with your mom anyway. That's always a hard thing to do. I mean, it sounds like they had a difficult relationship growing up, but that they were relatively on good terms up until all of these issues. So that really, really sucks that it has come to this. But what can you do? Yep, but that's the end of that story and the end of that episode.
So if you love us, make sure to subscribe.
We love you
and see you tomorrow.